Super. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. I appreciate it. Today is July 11. This is Robert at Custodian File. Let's just jump on in. Let's time travel back to 2018 and how appropriate since these UFOs time travel. This is, maybe you've seen this video before. I don't play it that often, but got very lucky. One of a kind. I do not have a replica of this. It has not happened a second time. Probably will not happen a second time. It's highly likely when I'm reading this, you see that Black Hawk, he comes in and essentially shoots a dragon, the EMP, energy weapon. And according to this video, there's slow motion. He hit the dragon. It goes against all my belief systems, but the video really speaks louder than I do. Apparently, this dragon gets T-boned in the sky, has a concussion, starts to fall out of the sky. I'll show you the interpolation again. All this is happening very quickly. The roof camera is going at the same time. The first Dragon 1 that got shot starts to fall out of the sky. At the same instant, the roof camera captures a second Dragon coming to its rescue in the same instant. And essentially they both disappear at that point. The roof camera doesn't show them escaping and the balcony camera doesn't show them escaping, but it was over at that point. Here's the roof camera. The Dragon is just hauling in 911 like, what the heck, you shot my buddy? He runs in. I don't know how that rescue was effectuated. It just he pulled some magic, some serious physics out of their hat. And they took off, and it's an amazing video. We won't, like I said, I don't think we'll ever get that lucky again. Remember in the 90s Star Trek when we were shooting at the Borg, and they figured out our frequencies, and we couldn't get a second. That's what happened here. I think they figured out our frequencies, and we're not going to get a second chance. It's just, I don't see it happening. But nevertheless, there's the Black Hawk. I'm standing in the background, so God only knows if I got shot with the energy weapon too. I mean, I have no way of knowing. But then the Black Hawk at that point flew toward my balcony and took off. But I don't even know if the Black Hawk knows how lucky he got on that day. I have no way of knowing. I mean, he flew this way as if he thought he had hit it, and but there was never any follow-up. But look at this. Look at the path, how it gets hit. I'm shooting at 60 frames, so basically it gets hit, it plateaus, it starts to descend, maybe 8 frames. It uses all its technology to recover. It plateaus for 8 frames. Emergency backup software doesn't work. It starts to descend again. It goes to second emergency backup. It's obviously at the same time it's sending out a 911 to the other Dragons in the vicinity. Hey man, I need help. And so we don't know if that really recovered, but we're pretty sure that second Dragon came to its rescue. What can I tell you? I mean, we're actually shooting at these things. Evidently, based on this video, I guess it's okay if you shoot at dragons, there are no consequences, because if there's no life forms in there, I could see them programming these dragons saying, don't shoot back. If you get shot, fine, because life forms are respected no matter where they are. But I do know from a lot of testimony, if you shoot at a larger UFO with an organic pilot, you're really not going to survive that. We did that experiment from 1950 to 1970, and we lost a jet every day in the world for 20 years. And then it was decided to terminate that policy. I know nobody knows about that, but I got that straight from a major in the Air Force. Very lucky. I don't know how I got that lucky. But nevertheless, I mean, this is, I thought I was talking to a friend today, he's a nuclear physicist. I was telling him about this, and he was like, oh, I got to see this video. So I figured, you know, what the heck, maybe I'll just repost this. And it speaks for itself. What do you think? Share your opinion with me. Maybe I got this all wrong. Share your opinion. If you like what you see, Custodian File, please like, subscribe, comment. or custodianfile@gmail if you have your own video. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, super. Also earlier that day, August 6th, 10:30. I mean, they just didn't start with the Black Hawk. They had the fire department would come in. Look at this. They asked the fire department to come in because of their thermal cameras. These Dragons are visible with digital cameras and especially thermal IR. They're invisible to the human eye, even with binoculars. There it is also earlier. There's that Black Hawk again, but earlier at 11:20. He didn't get lucky till like 11:51. So they were doing everything they can to catch a dragon look at that. And that dragon is just flying underneath them. You see the Paracel, the Black Hawk was trying to pull up on the Paracel. He knew the Paracel would get tagged. They always do. But they were doing everything they can. What was that, already 6 years ago? Phenomenal. I mean, I try to document as much as I can. I'm putting it out there. If you're a new viewer, I know this is a lot to take in. It's like trying to get your PhD in a week. I get it. It's too hard, but long story short, there are very small, fast UFOs all over the world, but especially in Marina del Rey. And the government's doing everything they can. And on this day, August 6th, they came pretty close to capturing one, obviously. They came close. So yeah, earlier that day we had the police, the fire department. It was a very active day. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll be happy to share it with you. I'll do my best to answer. Again, I know if you're a new viewer, this is really hard. If you're a longtime viewer, you're like, Robert, this is pretty predictable at this point. So they're not birds, they're not bugs. They're 2,000 miles an hour. They trigger the X and K band. They leave a tiny clicking sound that sometimes you'll pick it up. Happens 8% of the time. And no sound. I don't think the clicking's a sonic boom. I have no clue. I don't want to pretend to have a clue. I'm just putting the videos out there and let the experts figure this out. And if you're an expert, please call me. I'd be curious. I'll keep it anonymous, but I'd be curious of your opinion. All right, let's go to the next. Super. Okay, let's look at some interpolations here. I was just going through some new air shows. You got to check this out. This is one of the better ones. Just going through the air shows that posted. Whenever I have free time, I zip through YouTube. Look at the Thunderbirds, and this is a pretty darn clear picture. We got blue skies. The jets themselves are pretty clear. And look what I found. I'll give you the IP and the timeline, but essentially these two dragons, I guess they wanted to be part of the air show. So what do? And we did our best. So what we do, we copy and paste. These are called interpolations, where they enter, where they exit. They entered from the left. They fly up to the jets. And we did our best here to make this as clear as possible. Again, you can go back and watch it, the real video with the IP and the timeline. But essentially, they fly right up to these jets, right between them. Those guys are flying pretty close to one another. So they fly right between them. I got to admit, 5% at 5%, when I first saw this, I said, well, there's a 5% possibility these are two birds territory and they're trying to scare these jets off. I mean, I'm really trying to explain this away. But basically, when they went behind the jets and they're behind the engines, and those engines are throwing out 20,000 pounds of thrust, and there's two of them, and they fly by these engines like it's nothing. What is going on here? What kind of technology do these things have? It speaks for itself. So this is hard to find too. I mean, you can find Blue Angels, Thunderbirds getting tagged by dragons. That's kind of easy. But twin dragons, and I call them dragons. 7 years ago, I thought they were dragonflies. They're not bugs or birds. There you go. Analyze it. Pull up the original video. Analyze. Put it under electron microscope. Do your best. If I'm wrong, just say, Robert, you're wrong. Here's why. You're not going to hurt my feelings. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right too at the same time. I'm an objective scientist. I really have no interest other than this is FYI for humanity. That's where I'm going with this. Humanity. I want to see humanity thrive and advance. Please share. Please share your thoughts here. All right, let's go to the next interpolation. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to show this one more time, the IP and the timeline. Check it out, brand new. Please show some love to the producer here, Flight 3159, 170 subscribers. Maybe we can add in, because this person's doing a great job, just a fantastic job, and very rare video. Believe me, I've watched over 1,000 air show videos. This is one of the better ones. So tell me what you think. I'd appreciate it. Your feedback. I hope you like my research here. Until the next video, this is Robert at Custodian File. Take care. Bye-bye.